Good morning, guys. It's October 4th, episode 13th of The Cut. I must apologize. I am trying to keep my episode count straight. In some of the previous videos that I've recently uploaded for the series, I haven't necessarily had the right episode count, but I know today is episode 13. It's about 4:50 a.m. I'm about ready to do a lift. I'm going to do my shoulders and my triceps. I haven't consumed anything other than I am drinking some coffee. I've drank some water, of course, because it's important to get hydrated this early in the morning when you're first waking up. I was going to have a banana, but I opted out not to because if you watched episode 12, which I might have called episode 11, but it's episode 12, I literally filmed that last clip in that episode like 4.5, 5 hours ago because I fell asleep early on in the evening. Didn't get the rest of my calories in, woke up at like midnight, ate the rest of my calories, filmed the last clip of the day, and then went back to bed. So I figure I've got enough food in my stomach that's digesting still to carry me through this workout, and I'll probably have that banana post-workout with my protein shake. But yeah, I'm gonna do some pressing, I'm gonna do some lateral raises. I haven't quite figured out the best way to attack my shoulders. I've been trying to make my shoulders boulder shoulders since I was like 12 years old, and I saw a dude in the gym who just had those shoulders that popped out from the side. I haven't quite figured out what's going to create that stimulus to grow my deltoids and my shoulder muscles. Right now, basically in this program, I'm experimenting. Sorry, I can't speak this early in the morning. Experimenting with just trying to blow them up with a ton of volume, more volume than I've ever done before, and see if they don't respond. I'm also trying to make sure I get all the necessary hypertrophy components. I'm going slow on my lowering phase to get that muscular damage. I'm going higher reps for that metabolic stress, and I'm making sure I'm using very controlled reps with progressive overload to make sure I'm applying that mechanical tension to the muscle. So I'm hitting all my bases, just finding the right mixture of variables to stimulate that muscle mass. So yeah, when I stumble on a secret for myself, I'll let you know. If you're one of those guys who finds it difficult to grow the shoulders, I might have an answer for you over the period of the next, well, they're not going to get that much bigger over the period of the next 12 weeks, but hopefully I'll notice a difference of maybe strength, of definition, so to speak, as I lose weight. But yeah, I'm gonna keep experimenting that, finding out what I feel like is gonna grow them the most. So yeah, I'm gonna hit this real quick, and then I'll catch up with you guys. All right. So enjoy the training video, and if you guys ever have any questions, like after I put my training video up, I know it's fast forward because I don't want to make you sit through every set and every rep. If you guys have any questions of what I'm doing or why I'm doing it that way, please comment below, email me. We can talk about it, discuss why maybe you shouldn't, discuss maybe why you should. Everybody's training and nutrition, remember, has to have context. So if you want context, ask me. I'm happy to provide it. The context around this is my training right now is I'm trying to maintain muscle mass while I'm in a cut, essentially. So yeah, I'm always happy to discuss programming. So okay, I'm gonna go now. Hey guys, I just finished up my training session. It was good. Actually, real quick, if you're looking for something to smoke the hell out of your shoulders, try the 1.5 reps that I did on the barbell overhead press, if you watch closely in that training video, in between each full rep of an overhead press, I basically did a partial of the top range of motion. So I'd go all the way up from chest to arms locked out, and then the next rep I would come down halfway to arms to where my upper arm is kind of perpendicular to my body, about shoulder height, and then I would press back up. I did 6 or 7 partials for 4 or 5 sets, and that smoked me. So try that out. I think you like it. But yeah, so I finished up my training session. I'm getting ready to head inside. I'm gonna have a protein shake and a banana for breakfast. I've actually got episode 10, 11, and 12 that I need to upload in the cut series. So I'm gonna try to get those edited, rendered and exported, and then begin the upload to YouTube this morning and leave it uploading while I go to work. So I'm gonna do that. Well, I shouldn't say while I go to work, because really Freeborn Training Systems is what I consider my work, like my passion. That's where my focus, my vision, that's where everything is. That's just more like a placeholder job. And I know that sounds bad, but you know, when you're in a position, I'm hoping that there's a lot of dudes out there who want to get jacked and fit, who are watching this, who are family oriented, who want to be successful professionally, who can understand that position, who understand that, you know, I have obligations and people to take care of. And while it would be great to just focus on training full time, focus on building my online training business full time, it's not at a place where I generate enough income to be able to support the people I want to support, to keep my wife at home with my son. So I've got to, you know, in my opinion, be a man in a sense and take on that responsibility. And if that means working a salaried 40-hour-a-week job to provide that for the people I love, then that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna chase my passion, my vision in the morning and at night and all the time around that, until I can get it to a place where I can be responsible and make the transition from that full-time salaried position to Freeborn Training Systems full-time, so to speak. I hate that word too, full-time versus part-time, because it's not like I'm half-assing Freeborn Training Systems. If any of you guys pay attention to my content, I pump out content around Freeborn Training Systems like crazy. I'm on Instagram, on Facebook, I'm on my blog, I'm on my YouTube channel. I'm working with 8 or 9 online clients right now. I do a lot of free spec work for people to gain testimonials and build a portfolio to show potential clients and to use in content and marketing for Freeborn Training Systems. So I'm hustling at that more, and I would say I'm putting more effort, more blood, more sweat, more tears into Freeborn Training Systems since I started it my senior year of high school than I put into a 40-hour-a-week day job, because that's where my passion is, that's where my vision is. But that's a side rant. I think that knowing that I'm a guy who can relate to you, who's possibly in a similar situation, and you're chasing health goals, makes my content, makes me more relatable to you, and makes what I have to say more valuable, and also will open you up more to hearing what I have to say in regards to how to eat to get jacked and fit, how to train to get jacked and fit. So yeah, that's why I share with you. I know you guys don't particularly care about that side of things, but that's kind of why I went on that little rant. But yeah, I'm gonna go inside, do that. I've been listening to a really great book that I actually got from another YouTuber and online trainer, Mike Vacanti. And I know he doesn't just train people online. I know he works with people in person and did for a long time, as I did. But he made a recommendation to check out the book Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, kind of like a memoir of Nike in the early days. And I'm about halfway through the audiobook. It's fantastic, highly recommend it. I think you guys would really like it, especially if you're into business, you like the brand Nike, you love good business stories, love good stories of trial and error, of resilience, because I mean, it gives you a window inside a brand that right now, if you grew up, you know, since I've been alive, Nike's been nothing but a powerhouse, so to speak, as far as a brand and a business. But it opens your eyes up to that everybody starts someplace, and it's usually not a very well thought out or well planned. It's about doing and executing and then iterating on that and figuring it out and improving on it as you go. And so it gives you a window into kind of something that you look at and build up in your mind as this huge big business and brand. But it started out as one guy taking a meeting with a Japanese shoe manufacturer on a whim without even a company name or an organization basically, or any kind of plan behind it. He made up the name right on the spot. It's a great story, and I think that it's very inspiring and very motivating to anybody who's trying to get started in business. And I think it applies to also anybody who's trying to get started in health and fitness, because the same rules still apply. It's not about having perfect action. It's about having imperfect actions consistently and improving on those imperfect actions. So those are my rants for this morning. I'm going to go in there and have breakfast and drink some more coffee. I'll catch up with you guys later. Quick pro tip when it comes to protein shakes. You know how sometimes you shake it up after you put your powder in there and you get like the nasty undissolved powder around the rim of the protein shake? What you can do is, before you shake it, drizzle some water right on top of the powder and then shake it, and it almost always fixes that issue. I gotta go pick up the baby real quick because he's fussing, but I'm gonna eat this, do some editing, and then I'll catch up with you guys before I go to work. All right, I made my phone calls I needed to make this evening. It's about 7 o'clock p.m. As you saw, I did in fact eat 2 containers of Light and Fit Greek yogurt. Very small, not a lot of calories, but good protein content, good carb content. Now I'm getting ready to go to jiu-jitsu, as I just said, first practice of the evening, or not of the evening, of the week. That'll be from like 7:30 to 9. Get out of there at 9. My plan is to come home and make like a really super robust sandwich, which I mentioned. I think I mentioned doing that Sunday, which would have been episode like 11, I think. But basically, like, not your take to school lunch sandwich. I'm gonna put a bunch of lunch meat on there to get my protein content up. I'll put some cheese on there for fat and protein. I'll use 2 pieces of bread for my carbs. Probably put a sliced tomato, some lettuce on there if I have that. I'm not for sure if I have that right now at home. But that's the plan for dinner. And then I'll need to supplement that in some way with additional protein, which will probably come in the form of a shake. And I'll also need to supplement quite a few additional carbohydrates. Yeah, and I haven't mentioned this entire episode, but this is technically the end of week 2. Tomorrow would be the start of week 3. And so tomorrow we'll do weight, body fat, measurements, progress photos. I'm really interested to see what my weight is tomorrow. My weight's been it was down all weekend, and then it spiked back up to 223. Now it's back to 221, and then I'm interested to see what it is tomorrow. I would like tomorrow to weigh in around 219 to 218 again. And if that's the case, then I'm not going to drop my calories. I'm going to do another week at my current intake. However, if my weight has pretty much plateaued and stayed identical, which would be like 221, then I'm probably gonna drop a little bit. I'm gonna drop a few calories. I've got to change something up to get my weight moving, because I think a week is a long enough trend for your weight. That's just my opinion. That's my experience. I don't like to go more than a week and see no weight change, really. Even if it's a pound weight change, I won't change anything. But if it's identical, I like to make some kind of change because I don't want to lose another week of no progress. So yeah, that's what I'll probably do. But first, I gotta go try to not get choked out while trying to choke out other people. So, which is essentially, that's kind of like jiu-jitsu summed up. As simple as you can make it. It's actually a little bit more complex than that, but it's fun. If you never tried it, definitely give it a try. I'll see you guys afterwards. Hey guys, so I'm post jiu-jitsu practice. I'm at Walmart, and I'm actually going to get some ice cream because I've got quite a bit of carbs and fats to spend for the rest of the day. I'm going to go home and have a sandwich, but I figured why not spend some of those fats and carbs on some ice cream. So I think I'm going to get a Talenti coffee chocolate chip. Never had it before, but it looks good. I like Talenti, so we'll see how it goes. Actually, slight audible, instead of the Talenti chocolate chip, I decided to go with Bluebell homemade vanilla. It's lower in fat and has lower carbohydrates. I decided I wanted to save some of those carbs and apply them to some sweet potato fries. I think I'm gonna go with some Alexia, if you've ever had those before. They're pretty delicious. So I'm gonna spend some of my carbs on that, some carbs on just some plain vanilla ice cream, and then of course have my big meaty sandwich. And yeah, and then that'll probably even leave some room for whole milk, possibly with my protein shake. So we'll see how it goes. I'll update you guys. Hey guys, so I just left Walmart, and so I called an audible there between a couple clips as far as like deciding on what kind of ice cream I was gonna get. And I briefly explained why, but I just thought I'd go over it a little bit more so you guys can kind of understand my strategy. I have like a couple hundred carbohydrates left to spend. I know I'm probably gonna burn probably anywhere between 40 and 50 of them on a sandwich between two pieces of bread. Maybe a little less than that, but right around there, because there's going to be some trace carbs from the chicken and the cheese, and I may take off the cheese, and that may save me a little fat, but like I know that I'm going to end up with about 150 or so carbohydrates left to spend for the day. I want to eat some ice cream. I decided that, so I wanted to make sure I picked an ice cream that left me with a little bit of wiggle room at the end of the day. Talenti would have, but then I thought, well, why don't I get some ice cream and have some sweet potato fries? So if I could find the right ice cream that had a low enough fat content, a low enough carbohydrate content per pint, I could get away with having ice cream and some sweet potato fries with my dinner. And so that's what I did. So I went with just a Bluebell vanilla ice cream. So it's a little bit plain. It's not probably as like sexy, as enticing as chocolate or coffee chocolate chip was from Talenti, but it'll satisfy that ice cream crave that I kind of want. I don't really have a craving, but I just thought ice cream sounds good, I want some. And then on top of that, I'll also get some sweet potato fries, and then on top of that, I'll have a little left over for like a couple cups of whole milk, hopefully. That may push me a little over, but I don't know, we'll see. I may not have the couple cups of whole milks because I have the ice cream. That may satisfy that kind of dairy crave that I love. I'm a dairy guy. Like I'm probably never going to be able to get away from it, but as long as I can still keep making progress, that's what the key. So that's kind of like my strategy there with switching ice creams. All of a sudden, I didn't want you to think that I thought Talenti was like unhealthy or not a good option, because in another situation it would have been a perfectly fine option. Remember, it's all about how you fit it into the context of your entire day, your entire week, your entire month, and are you hitting those daily macros, daily calorie goals, and are you hitting those weekly calorie and weekly macro goals? So I hope that makes sense. I'm almost home, so I'm gonna eat dinner and whatnot, and then I'll film the last clip of the day. See you then. Hey guys, I just wanted to shoot a quick clip to kind of cap the video off. I actually am filming this the morning after, is because the last meal you guys saw was I had a big plate of a sandwich and some sweet potato fries, and then I also had some ice cream along with that. And you guys saw me go to the store after jiu-jitsu and get it all and everything. And I talked about why I chose that ice cream and whatnot. But then after I ate that meal and had that ice cream, I just passed out and ran out of gas. So I'm filming this the morning after, just to let you guys know that I hit my macros, I hit my totals for the day, which was good. Had that meal, passed out, went to bed. And yeah, it was a good day. So just wanted to put something on it to cap it off, so it didn't just end with a picture of the food I ate. So thanks again, guys, for watching. I appreciate all the support. Keep watching my episodes, and if you can, share them with anybody you think would be interested. That would be super helpful, and I would really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support you already show, but the more you share, the larger Freeborn Training Systems Nation becomes, more people we help get jacked and fit. So see you next episode.